I'm glad that you could join me this afternoon so that we can have a very important discussion that I think all of America needs to be having right now. We're in a very important time. We're in a situation where we can have another 4 years of what we've been dealing with, or we could have another 4 years of change. But what does that change mean? Well, we're going to find out in this stream today, so you stay tuned, but I'm glad you're here with me. So, it is my honor, my privilege, and most of all, it is my pleasure to be able to chop it up with you guys this afternoon. Wherever you may be in the world, let's talk about it. Let's see who we have joining us this afternoon, and let's get into a great, a real democratic discussion. Thank you for being here. Oh, the volume's a little low. Let me see if I can handle that. I'm sorry. There's a little gain. Is that, I don't know if I'm going to make it a little better, if I'm making it a little bit worse. Excuse me. There we go. Let me see what we got going on here. Let me make sure. Excuse me, pardon me, I apologize. Let me see, okay. Oh, there we go, I see what the problem is here. But I don't know if that's the full case. That's, something's not right there. Go back to it. Excuse me, let me know if that's a little bit better. Let me see if I'll tinker with it a little bit more here in the moment. I apologize. Let's see. All right. Coltrane, aka the Don of the Discourse. Shout out to Coltrane for the new look. I mean, hey, we're going Democratic Den. We've gone with a new look. It's easily understandable for those of you who have had a little bit of a struggle with the old Discord, the new Democratic Discord Den. I implore you to join us and have some great Democratic Den conversations with us and the rest of the Democratic Den folk. John from New York, my favorite New Yorker. Always good to see you, sir. Glad you could join us. Let's see, Footballer 503. Beyond a Funny N-word. Hey, we don't use that. I'm going to call you Beyond a Funny POC if you don't mind. That's why we rock here in the Democratic Den. You know, hey, I'm telling you, after that debate last night, it was really something. We got a lot to talk about. Footballer 503, great to see you. Wink, Third Coast Sports TV, good to see you. Glad you're in the building, sir. What's the motherfucking deal? The lovely Miss Jessera, always glad to see you, Miss Jessera. I know the biggest Democrat in the den. Glad to see you. Let's see, Sam Sneed, what's the motherfucking deal? Wise, hey, that candidate's garbage. Citizens in the building, what's the motherfucking deal? Infinity, hey, a reform pimp, because hey, once you come to the Democratic side, you know, you're no longer pimping. You instantly start simping. So we reform pimps. We just, you know, hey, we get the vote for Infinity. Dylan Terrell, what's the motherfucking deal? Shelley Long, shame on you, Shelley. You've just been a hater. Hey, you know, just come on to the right side, and you know what? Hey, we'll get you right. Kelly Cole, what's the motherfucking deal? Jared Key, what's going on? What's the motherfucking deal? Calhoun, hey, man, you know, it's good to see you. Jack One, how are you doing this afternoon? Good grief. Let's see. Trixie McFly, I love you, Miss Trixie McFly. How are you doing this afternoon, ma'am? Kay Grace, the lovely, wonderful Miss Kay Grace. I know also another very big Democratic supporter. I know Biden's got your vote, Miss Grace. Let's see. Buck. What's the motherfucking deal? Hey, sometimes people dislike what they don't know. You know, hey, if they just listen to what we got to say, even though it may be a lot of nonsense and rhetoric, hey, just listen to us, man. And wait, you know, after the election, we got you. I promise. They'll take that dislike back. Let's see. Who am I missing? Heidi. There she is. Heidi, you know, you, your family, everybody can come in. No green cards needed. If you vote Democrat, you vote for Joe, everybody can go. That's what you need to know. Remember that. You vote for Joe, everybody can go. It's this kind of show. Let's see. Prepaid, what's the motherfucking, another huge Democratic supporter. Hey, this is the Democratic Den. I'm glad all of you could join this afternoon. We're going to have a good old time. I mean, after that debate, it really was something yesterday. The lovely Miss Jen, how are you doing this afternoon? Jamal, what's the motherfucking deal? Is it really, let me see if I can adjust myself here. Let me see what we got. Is this a bit better? Let's see. Yes, the Dem. That's what we're calling it today. Not the Den. The Dem. Just add a M on that thing. I don't know what happened. See, it may be let me see my settings here. Because I had it up on the fucking arm, and I ended up taking the arm down because it was it's getting on my fucking nerves. Let's see. Yes, it would be much easier if this was. I don't think we'll go back to the regular fucking OBS because this Streamlabs OBS kind of pisses me off. But hey, you know, we'll figure it out. It's a little bit more unnecessary. Let's see. I see Mr. Roman in the building, young Democrat in training. Let's see. Hey, look, man. Hey, if we missed you, we didn't dish you unless you're a straight male. Anyway, let's get to it. You know, hey, man, debate last night. What do you know? Joe took on old big mean Donald Trump. And, hey, you know, I'm telling you, today we're going to talk about why you need to vote for Joe Biden. So I have a list right here, okay, of reasons why I believe you should be voting for Joe Biden. You know, and I was going to read the list, but what I'll do actually is I'll share the list with you guys, and we can all read it together, all right? Here's my list. Can you guys read that? Let me know if it's clear, if you guys can see my list of reasons to vote for Joe Biden. You guys see that? I don't. Let me know. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. I mean, I really wore my pen out with that one. So here's the deal, right? I really like, let me stop the shenanigans because it's getting kind of weird. But anyway, I want to do something different today, right? I want to do something different today. I want to give the more left-leaning, the more liberal-minded of us a chance, because they say you guys bombard us and, you know, it's turning real Trumpian in there. I don't necessarily think so. I think it's still well-versed, but I think that my thing is, I know that there are people who do and will be leaning towards supporting Joe Biden. I just want to give them a chance to explain. Well, not even explain. You don't have to explain yourself. Your reasons are your reasons. But if they would like to share with the rest of us why they would, you know, what is it about Joe that's making them choose him? Now, there's a little bit of a caveat to what I'm talking about. Now, if you're going to share why you are voting for Joe, it has to actually be reasons you're voting for Joe and not against Trump. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to know. Or even if you're not necessarily voting, if you're just leaning, or you favor one over the other, we'll do it like that. You know, if you favor one over the other, which Joe, so we're talking about, you know, ghetto Joe. What he said, he was on Section 8. Said he grew up in the hoods. I think he said he shot a nigga too. He was trying to get all the street cred. But no, I want to give the left-leaning people a chance to express themselves. So people who may disagree with the normal rhetoric of the den, right? I want to hear, you know, maybe some difference in opinion. I want to know why people are supporting Joe, because I have not heard a reason. And again, I'm not going to act like I've just been digging deep into the archives, but I haven't really seen people give a valid reason as to why they're voting for Joe as much as they're voting against Donald Trump. So that's kind of what I would like to know when we open up the lines here shortly. Now, the debate yesterday, and I was kind of in and out. I know it was on in the thing, but it was much more civil. I actually like that little moderator a lot better. I think they must have told Trump, look, you bullied the shit out of him. You know, it was so bad that I guess people felt bad for Joe Biden. Like, Trump bullied him at first so bad, and he held him so bad in that first debate that, you know, Biden might have won because people felt sorry for him, right? So that's my thing, right? Reparations. Like, do you think Biden's going to give the reparations? I would love to know where he may have said that, because I don't think he has. So my personal feelings, and I'm gonna do it like this, right? So we can all be out in the open. So just in case anybody who may not understand or may not know is coming through here, and again, I don't really give a shit, right? More so about Trump, more so about Joe. my thing is like just the ignorance people display when it comes to Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you say his name and people like they just fucking shut down. Like you can't even operate. Like, you there? Like, what's going on? Like, you can't work with them. So, like, and what I see anytime you do start talking to these people, they just start saying like asinine things, man. We were watching the fucking thing. We were watching the thing with Ice Cube talking to those crazy women, and like Ice Cube has his own plan, whether you're for or against. He has a plan, and that's what he's out there trying to present. And the women, and mostly everybody else he's been interviewing, cannot get past the fact that the Trump administration took a look at it. He has not met Donald Trump. He said that, like, I have not personally met Donald Trump. I'm not endorsing him. I'm not doing anything. I'm not endorsing Biden either. I just have a plan, and this is who. And people, like, they're I really feel like their brains are just like, if just gone haywire. Something is like I don't know, something snapped. The neurons have just become disconnected. I don't know what's going on. But people lose their shit. Like, they cannot put the connection together. Like, you cannot have a civil conversation if you with certain people if you are not 100% anti-Trump, right? And like I said, I'm not pro-Trump. I'm not anti-Trump. I'm just whatever. I don't give a fuck about politicians, period. Like, I think they all are scumbags, but I'll rock with the dude who's been less of a politician and more of a businessman. And, he's he got in the game a little bit. I'd rock with him more than I would a person who's been there forever. And I have not seen change or progress. And they actually have been on record of passing bills that have done significant damage to particular demographics in, one which I may be a part of. But again, like I said, it's just, it baffles me. So today, I want to know, those of you who go pro for Joe, why? Why you are choosing to go that route? What is it about Joe Biden and or, I don't know why, Kamala Harris that's making you choose to vote for them, right? That's what I'd like to know. So, aside from that, this fucking thing, that's ridiculous. It's taking forever. It's going to take like a year for this thing to update. Aside from that, before we open up the lines, I was going to make it a free range Friday today because there was a couple other. I did want to talk about Ice Cube's crazy train of all these fucking interviews he's doing, and I did want to talk about some of the other things around what's going on with the Biden situation, but we're going to focus mainly on the pro-Biden people here for as long as we can. So, with that being said, give me just a moment. Let me open up the lines. I hope you're all doing well. Oh, do I have the bot on? Is the bot on? See, look, I gotta remind me of things like this. That's important. Oh man, let's see. Okay. So how are y'all doing today? I hope you're all doing well. Seriously, honestly, like, I do truly care about the well-being of each and every one of you. Delta Echo Golf, I saw you in the stream the other day too. I won't say where, but good shit. Let's see. Let me see. Hope everybody's doing good though. Seriously, like, with all this, like, I don't want to say everything's false, like, because what has happened is because all the shit that has happened, it's manufactured problems, like people's mentality. And this is what I truly honestly feel. Like, I think people have gotten so crazy over this Trump shit. Like, if more people would have taken, well, all right, we'll just deal with it type of attitude, instead of acting like this dude has just been single-handedly burning America down by himself. Like, the shit has gotten so weird. Because, again, like, I'm on the outside looking in, just, like, wondering why are people reacting. Like, it's not the same way when people say, like, they were saying, like, super outrageous shit about Obama, right? Like, okay, it's kind of weird. Like, I'm not for Obama. I'm not against him. Like I say, fuck politicians. But it's just like, the shit was weird, right? And it's just, it's even weirder now because I don't know. I don't know where this shit originates from. Like, everybody loved the dude prior to, but as soon as he becomes a politician, it's like, they said bad stuff, and he touched some pussy. He got fucking kids. He had to grab a couple of fucking pussies. So I don't know. I don't get it. And so that's the thing that bothers me. Is like, why? What is it about? Like, because even when the people who like used to like shit on Obama, like, you could talk to them and have a conversation. Like, well, why do you feel it? They would give you reason. It might be stupid fucking reasons too, but it wasn't just like, you're pro Obama, I can't. It's just like people wouldn't spaz out and lose their fucking mind. So, like, you know, it's really ridiculous. Let me open this up. Actually, let's get this here. Let's get this here. Oh man, and I missed that part. That's what I wanted to catch. And appreciate the love prepaid. Hey, look, we 180 to go to the couch again. The love seat. It's a love seat. It's a nice little love seat. Like I said, you know, I'm trying to do something different in the den. You know, for all my friends in the den. You know, hey, I want to keep this thing fresh. If you want to support the goal to the couch, I'm gonna call it a couch, guys. I mean, couch, love seat, chair, whatever. You can support via Streamlabs or Cash App because those go through immediately. Super Chat takes a little bit longer, so that doesn't go directly to the couch. That's why those things are separated. But aside from that, let me put the number up, and I appreciate the love and. Bada boom, bada bing. Where are all my fellow Democrats? Hey, let's talk about it. You know, hey, look, I'm going to tell you why I'm voting for Joe, right? I'm going to tell you why I'm so pro Joe because, you know, as a black man in America, I don't want to lose my blackness. You know, I've been black for, what is this, 35, 36 years now. And I heard a rumor going around that if I didn't vote for Joe, they were going to revoke my black card. I mean, this is something I've been holding on for quite some time, and I've really kind of grown attached to it, and I would hate to lose it, especially now. Let's see. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the Democratic Den this afternoon?
It's your boy Roman.
Roman, what's going on, young Mr. Roman? Why are you voting, or why are you leaning pro Joe, Mr. Roman?
Oh, I'm not leaning pro Joe. Number one, I can't vote, but I'm going to give you a reason why people would vote for Joe.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a couple numbers. Let me start off first. I supported Bernie Sanders. I know some people in the den gonna have a problem with that, and I don't give a damn. I like Bernie. Bernie was my candidate throughout the whole primary. He ran Democrat because, I mean, that's close to his ideology. I mean, not really. I think it's more he has a better chance with the Democratic ticket than he does with the Republican ticket. So I personally think Bernie got screwed 2 times. Hell, Trump has said that. He got screwed in 2016 and 2020. But that's me. We're talking about Joe Biden here. Like I said, I'm not big as on Joe. I know Joe's past, and I know what he goes through, but I'm going to give you the average man or average woman's version of why they would vote for somebody like Joe Biden. It's simple, Honcho. Joe's a traditional politician, man. He's clean cut. He looks good. He does his job. He doesn't, get into arguments with different people. He listens. You feel me? He is just the image that every other average American wants to see. The difference is that Trump is raunchy, but every president has a hood side and a raunchy side, and they do some dirty shit. But the difference is...
Wait. Did you just say Trump is hood?
No, let me explain why I say Trump is hood.
Okay, here we go.
I'm saying Trump is hood because Trump, basically, he lets it out. You feel me? I'm talking about how he really feels. Every president has that side. It's just how they carry themselves. Every president has dirt. Every president is dirty. Has done some sick shit that if it got out to the public, they would look just as bad or worse than Trump. Just go look at George Bush. Hell, go look at Obama's record. I'll be on this line for 1,000 years if I told you how bad their records really are. Clinton. This recent president in history, you know. So just Joe, the way he carries himself as just an average politician, it works for people. This is where Joe wins and Trump falters. Trump in 2016 ran himself like a populist, not like a Republican. He ran himself like a populist. He was for ending the wars. He was for a minimum wage gap, and he was for things that average Americans like. And yes, he was part of the Republican ticket, but the way his policies ran, he was an average man. He ran like a populist. I'm an outsider. Yes, I'm Donald Trump. Yes, I'm rich, but I'm running for you as an outsider. I'm really neither for no party, but I'm just going with the Republican. And he gravitized people. This is the main reason why he won the Rust Belt states. It's because the Rust Belt was overlooked by the Democrats for years. Before 2016, Michigan was the number one state to vote for Democrats for over, I'm correct, 50 to 60 some odd years. But when Trump went in Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, and said, "Hey, look, man, Joe and Obama and Hillary, man, they outsourcing your jobs. Man, they don't care about y'all. They calling y'all deplorables. They don't care about the factory worker. They don't care about nothing like that. I'm for that. I'm gonna bring your jobs back from Mexico. I'm gonna bring your jobs back from India." That's how he won, and that's how he managed. Now he only won those three states by a couple percentage points, but that's how he turned the tide and he broke the blue wall. This is his problem this year. He's not doing that. He's running like a traditional Republican. He's running like a conservative. This is the problem with Trump's argument. Okay, so you get on Biden, right, about the 1994 crime bill, which he should definitely get him on, because the crime bill is the main reason for mass incarceration right now in America of black folks, right? Mm-hmm. But this is where you kill your own argument. You say he's for Antifa. You say he's for Black Lives Matter. And you say he's for rioters and looters. So he's tough on crime, but then he's loose on crime. You make no sense. This is why a lot of people don't think Trump makes sense, because how is he tough on crime with the 1994 crime bill that he wrote and he illustrated, but he's not tough on, but he's loose on crime because he supports Antifa and Black Lives Matter rioters and looters. Well, make no sense, man.
I can see where you say that. Well, would you say that some people could see that as him being a flipper-flopper?
No, I think some people would see that for Trump's side is what narrative are you trying to go with? Trump did that perfectly in 2016 when he talked about Hillary and showed how crooked she really is. Talked about the emails, talked about Benghazi, talked about her affiliation with the Iraq War. He talked about that, and it worked because it was truthful, and he stuck on one point. Like I say, running as the outsider. He was against wars. You feel me? He said he was going to release all the troops from all Afghanistan and all the other places of war. He's not doing that now. He's kind of went against his promise about letting people in. You feel me?
I want to bring it back to Biden, right? Because that's what I want. I want this to be a pro-Biden conversation.
Okay.
So I want to know what is Biden bringing to the table that is making the people want to vote for him.
I think I'm being honest with you, Honcho. It's nothing with policy. It's nothing with Joe's policy that is going to do anything that's going to increase America to prosperity, that's going to get us to prosperity like the 20s. None of his policies is really going to do that. They're going to be traditional Democratic corporatist policies. The thing is, it's more emotional of why Joe Biden is winning. He's winning because, like I said, how he carries himself, how he is a traditional Republican. He's just the less of two evils from Donald Trump. You know, now one thing I could see why people like Joe did play a part in helping the auto industry with Obama. That's one thing you got to give Obama did when he helped Ford come back from damn near bankruptcy. It's one thing why he might just win the Rust Belt states, because he did do that. Another thing is his tax plan. I'm not big on Joe, but I fuck with the tax plan about taxing the rich because, like I said, I supported Bernie, so I'm for taxing the rich.
So why do you want to tax the rich?
I want to tax the rich because the rich this is the thing, Honcho. The rich pay so much. Well, they don't pay so much in taxes. Okay, when you got any Democrat, as a centrist like Joe Biden, or a Republican of caliber of Joe Biden, of George H.W. Bush or Donald Trump, they're always going to get a tax break. They're always going to get their money. You feel me? And one thing I believe in is that if we tax the rich, we can put more emphasis and put more money into things like college for people to have a better way to help. That's another way to help the black community is to have people go more to college. It's another way.
So I have a question. Like, so you're saying that money, if we tax the rich, that money can go to the government. The government can use that to help black kids go to college.
I'm not just saying that. What I'm saying by taxing the rich, what you would do is you would put more resources into the average American. You feel me? The number one thing is that when it comes to the number one thing like healthcare, the rich have their healthcare. They get the top tier number one care with no pay or barely to any pay. While the rich, while people that are common like me and you, Honcho, you take so much supplement or money out of healthcare for your job that it's cutting off money to pay a bill, to pay a couple bills, to put food on the table, to put gas in the tank. It's that we had something like Medicare for all. We had some that would give us an opportunity to what every other country in the world, like Canada and New Zealand and all that, where they get their health care and they don't have to pay a dime in pay and still get their care. We did something like that. Imagine how much that would cut the money of America, how much that would cut bills off of America. That one of the number one things in America that causes bankruptcy is from medical bills. So if you get something like Medicare for all, that cuts that bill right off. That's something to what every American.
I have a question, Mr. Roman. Have you ever spoke to someone from Canada or from New Zealand about the health care personally?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
And
yes, I have.
How do they? From which location?
Wait, repeat that question.
From Canada or New Zealand? Have you ever spoken to anyone from Canada or New Zealand? Or New Zealand
yeah, I have a friend from Canada. Yes, I have.
Okay. And how do they address? How do they refer to their system?
Well, this is how they address it. Canada has more of a third-party system. It's multiple candidates that run in Canada, but this is there are conservatives and liberals in the Canadian government just like there is for us. This is the difference. Both conservative and liberal candidates in Canada are all for Medicare for all because they know what it does to Americans. They know what it does to Canadians, how much money it takes out to help average Canadians, that another bill that they won't have to add. It's something that every American could be covered in a way to where you don't have to worry about that. And this is the thing right here. Over 70% of people support Medicare for all, Honcho. Over 50 to 60% of some Republicans support it. It is the populist idea that people support, but then when you have the media coverage like it's socialism or with like Venezuela, it gives this bad rep that it doesn't mean good or harm. It means harm.
So where are those?
But it's really supported by average Americans if you ask that same question. But the word socialism creates it's craziness. Well, it's like.
But where are you getting those numbers from, though? If you don't mind me asking.
You can look at different polls. Look at different polls like the CBS poll. Go look at the ABC poll. Go look at the Russ Metz poll. You can see them right now. I'm not playing. Those are polls you can look at right now. Even Fox poll. Average Americans agree with that problem. It's just when it comes from people like AOC and Bernie Sanders, it looked as the crazy idea.
I don't know if the things you're reading there across the thing, but I appreciate the super chat love, Heidi, and your Hauser's Law, and Dan the man with the plan. I appreciate the love. We get close to the couch, y'all. So, okay. my thing is, I guess it's just. I think those numbers can be skewed because I've talked to people from Canada myself, and
Hunter. I'm looking bad in the chat right now. I can't look.
I won't say you're looking great. I think you're looking better now at this part of the call than when you started off. But who cares what anybody thinks about what you say? It's about you believing in what you say, man. So if you look bad, you look good, it doesn't matter. You have a chance to defend
No,
yourself.
it don't matter. I just know prepaid gonna call either the next call, the call today, and then explain why everything I say is wrong. And then we might have to debate.
We're gonna get to the opposing side, but we're gonna, like I say, we need Democrats to call. I need Biden supporters calls. I need to get to I need to see what I'm missing, and I need to find out.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you now.
If I get to keep my black card.
Your boy is not supporting Biden because I didn't vote Biden. I voted third party. So it's one of those things. I'll be honest with you, Honcho, how conservative the den is, I don't know if you're going to get a Democrat in there. I'm just telling you now.
You don't think that there are any Democratic voices in the den to represent? I'm trying to get to know Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to know.
Honcho, the most leaning person on the left is me. I'm telling you that now. You ain't going to find nobody that is more corporatist left like Joe Biden in the den. Hell no. I'm telling you that now.
Is there anybody? Let's do a quick poll, real quick. And I'm not saying you have to be Republican or Democrat. We'll just say we'll do it like this. Are you pro Joe? 0 for no, 1 for yes. Quick poll, drop it in the chat. So we'll see if there are any other pro Joe, like my boy Ro. Like I say, you might be correct. But,
I told you. Look, I've been in the den too long, Honcho. I know my den family too hard. I've been in too many debates with them. I'm the only one.
So you don't. So none of the issues that have recently surfaced about Hunter, none of the things that were brought up in the debate last night about Biden possibly having financial ties to some of these other countries. None of those things bother you?
It's traditional corruption. I mean, well, what is? There's always corruption in Washington D.C. I don't care. It's how many scandals have Trump had? How many scandals have Hillary Clinton had? You feel me? It's politics. Politics is full of corruption. Everybody's corrupt in politics. So I'm just, from the average American, that's not going to sway average Americans. Average American don't care. When Trump is going off on Twitter and doesn't carry himself like a president, average Americans look at that and don't like that. That's why I'm not saying from my point of view. I'm saying from an average American point of view, they don't really like how Trump does that, and that's going to hurt him in the polls. And his handling of COVID-19, it's going to be the death. It's going to be the death note of him. It's going to be the death note of him. How he downplayed it, and in a way, I kind of get how he downplayed it. He didn't want to scare people. I understand that, but when you got over 200, supposedly 200, we don't know. I think some of them deaths is fake. Supposedly 200 some people dead. Man, people ain't gonna be happy about that. And one thing about every one-term president, it's always been a crisis or something with every one-term president. And right now, Trump is fitting all those molds for a one-term president. I'm not saying he can't win, because I'm not going to be shocked whoever wins on Election Day. But I'm saying is that if he does lose, don't be shocked, because go look at every one-term president. I'm talking about Carter, George H.W. Bush. You can even go further. All of them had a crisis going on, and it led to them losing. Like with Carter. Carter was the Iran hostage crisis. That's why Reagan came in and destroyed them on that, because what could Carter do? Carter had no answer for that. He couldn't get the hostages back, and Americans look at that like, how are you supposed to be our president but not get our own people back? How can you be weak to a foreign government? And I think a lot of people believe Trump is that same way with Corona. How could you let us get sick, saying by downplaying it?
I appreciate the super chat love, and I agree. That is an extremely valid reason to be pro-choice because, hey, we are in the Democratic den this afternoon. So, hey, we heard all that good stuff. But, so you don't think that people view Biden maybe as the weaker of the two candidates?
Biden is the weaker of the two candidates when it comes to straight off debate. We're talking debating. Trump is going to beat him every single time. And Trump is not always factual with everything he says. No, it's Biden, but Trump is not. But Trump is a big bully. He is going to get under your skin. He's going to know where to hit you with sensitive. And that makes Biden look weak. Where Trump right now is looking bad, he doesn't have the record to back himself up like, oh, all this trash like I'm talking, and look what I've been doing. I'm helping Americans out here. Because look what he always says. He always says pre-corona. You can't say pre-corona because corona is a part of your administration. It's part of your time in office. You feel me? I just said that. Jimmy Carter can't say pre-hostage crisis. Obama can't say Obama can't say pre-Ebola. You can't say what they call it? I'm thinking of so many things. I'm acting like Joe Biden. Pre-recession. You can't say that for Obama. A recession was part of his first 10 years as president. You have to take the road with the punches. And know how you hit with Corona, man, it's average Americans look at that and it's not looking good. What can you say? How can you say all these great things you've done for us and you've let almost 1 million people get sick off of this one virus that you could have handled earlier?
But how? I mean, let's be honest. And I don't really want to. We're not going to go down that road because, like I said, I want to keep it pro Biden because that's going to take it way down into a different conversation. So we'll save that for now. Maybe not. We'll see. But okay. So, but even in the debates, even on those things, like I say, head to head, and you mentioned, look at what I've done. What has Joe done in the 47 years? What is it? What can he hang his hat on that should convince people to vote for him?
Think. Nothing. I don't really think Joe can really say anything that he's done in the 47 years. Even when he was vice president with Obama, I mean, he was vice president. It's not really him doing that. Everything goes ahead with what Obama said, or the Congress said. I don't really think maybe you ask somebody from Delaware that would live during his time as him as senator, but for what I see, Joe can't really say nothing. Like I said, I don't support Joe, so I've done my research. Nothing Joe can really say that's like, I'm saying especially by himself, not including his term with Obama. What can he really say? Because this is where Joe messes up too. He always says, me and Obama. No. What did you do when you were the senator, when you were a politician? Can't say it was you and Obama. You. I don't see nothing. So I agree with you on that one. That's what Trump said, that Trump, if he has more talks like that, he would win. When he says, why didn't you do it sooner? Why couldn't you have done it sooner? If he hits more points like that, he would be up in the polls better right now. But he's not.
Okay. All right, Mr. Roman. Well, I have, no further questions, sir. If there's anything else that you would like to add in further, I fucking hate that. And further, in addition to what we've addressed, let me know.
Oh no, Honcho. I think I'm beat. There's probably some things I missed, but man, it is what it is. I'll say this. I know everybody's probably not religious in the den, but if you all pray and whatever happens, look out for yourself and your family, and just be safe. Whoever's the president, and enjoy election day. We'll see, and personally, right now, I don't know who's gonna win, but man, just stay safe. That's all I'm gonna say, man. For everybody in the den that's getting on me, man, I love y'all, man.
I appreciate the call, Mr. Roman, sir.
Man, anytime, man.
All right, have a good afternoon.
No, you too.
All right, Mr. Dan the Man, I appreciate it. And let me see, Heidi, you're a terrible person. So to be honest, if Joe wins, this will be his third time as vice president, president in namesake only. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this afternoon?
Hello.
Hola, ¿cómo
This
está?
is this is liberal Liberal Joanna. How are you?
Liberal Joanna. Are you voting for Joe because you have similar names?
It's so wonderful. It's just, orange man bad, citrus man. I don't even drink orange soda anymore. I don't eat orange chicken stuff from the Chinese place anymore. And it's completely racist against orange things and people. I just hate them. Just remind me of his big fat lying face.
Terrible. That's very unfortunate. What has he done to you to make you so to despise himself?
Oh, that question offends me. What hasn't he done should be the question. You animal! How could you even ask? How could you? Who are you, privileged as a man? Toxic masculinity in that question. This is the reason why we're not allowed to kneel on the 50-yard line. This right here. Absolutely. You sound like one of these people who live in one of these states that have a self-sufficient economy from oil. Yeah. Disgusting. Disgusting.
Yes, it's a terrible situation to live in a state that is, to live in a great state of Texas, man. I mean, it's unfortunate. You would be correct. You would be correct about that, Joanna.
Yes. It's the only thing I would say that was a little confusing for me as a die-hard liberal is that, Democrats are all about, pro-choice. We should be allowed to abort our children because it's in a woman's body. Therefore, it should be a woman's choice to decide if she ends the child's life through abortion. But, I thought Joe was a little bit of a hypocrite because he won't give people from Texas and Pennsylvania the right to choose if they want to abort their career when he rips oil out of the state. It just, where's the right to work? The right to choose to work and have a life and feed your family. It just sounds like, we should have the choice to murder, but not have the choice to work. I don't. Why would you want to keep Texas as a self-sufficient state with a strong economy, the strongest in the entire union? It just, I don't know. It just doesn't. That's the only part that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, maybe we're Texans. There's been a lot of California infiltration. We'll talk about that another time. But maybe we can get on one accord. And if by some miracle Biden wins, we just maybe we have to secede, and we have to do it quickly. I don't know how long it takes to make that happen, but we got a short amount of time. We got to get out before Joe gets in.
Yes, and I like the windmill energy, but I'm just afraid for the birds, like the chicken heads. The pigeons, like I don't want to see the chicken heads without heads. Like it's just horrible. What would Project Pat do?
Yeah, definitely. The residuals from that song would definitely decrease.
Yes. So I only have probably 7 minutes left of my 10 minutes. I apologize for wasting everybody's time with that stupid shit.
I think you caught us. I think there might have been one or two people who might have.
Yeah, and I saw someone raging at me. I saw someone's keyboard button flying off the keyboard. I was
That's funny.
Oh man, what do you want to talk about right now?
Man, I'm all pro for Joe today. I'm trying to find out what it is about Joe Biden that is making people vote for him, not against Trump. Yeah, excuse me.
I think most people that you see loud and proud in the media and social media are just strictly anti-Trump, anybody but Trump. I think what Biden is running on sounds nice to a lot of people. But where I usually differ from liberals is, can you make it happen? Are you able to appease everyone instead of just your side? And I feel that that's where he's going to lose voters. Because when I talk to people who like Biden, and not to be funny, but it's not many, and I'm in New York, so that's a bad sign for him. They usually can't quote what he did. They'll usually quote things like, well, I agree with Black Lives Matters. Some people are like, I just, Democrats are for women. No one really talks about Joe. They talk more about what the party stands for, what the party's trying to do. Whereas, in my opinion, Trump has a lot of people who like him, and then he also has the people who are just Republican at the core, and they vote for the values, so they vote for the Republican candidate, usually regardless for who it is. I think the problem that Joe's going to have is Trump took 6 million voters that voted for Obama, and Biden needs those voters back. And the problem is they left for Trump because they didn't like what they were hearing from the Democrat candidates. So which means Trump is being the same old Trump, which means you're going to have a tough time peeling those voters back to your side. So I think that's really going to hurt Joe Biden. But I can't think of, honestly, the only thing I can think of that Joe Biden has done is the 94 crime bill. And I'm not trying to be funny, but that's the only thing I can think of that he did.
Yeah, that's the only attachment to his name that I honestly have. And so that's why I've been trying to seek something, that may sway my views on Joe Biden. But
and while he was in office with Obama, I know he was the VP, but you know what? Hey, the administration takes the blame. Didn't he kill Gaddafi over in Libya?
Yeah,
didn't they do massive drone strikes? Didn't they bomb the shit out of Syria and Afghanistan and Iraq? And now I know that they didn't start a lot of those wars. Fair enough. I'm not blaming them for starting it, but did you end them? Trump has. Trump's pulled out a lot of the troops and said there's going to be zero troops within a certain time frame. I heard a study that Obama dropped the most bombs. If that's the case, Biden's part of that. So I think if you sit down and actually look at it, Biden, his plan sounds very lovey-dovey and nice, but when you start looking into it, you realize that it has the same amount of flaws or more than Trump's plans and ideas do. So I feel that a lot of people in general, regardless if you're liberal or Republican, are surface-level voters. They don't really look at the details. They go based on what they think sounds good or what their values are. But when you look into it, you will see flaws in both parties, plans and ways of doing things. But at the same time, I think that you can, I know for me as a conservative, I know I enjoy having a conversation with someone who disagrees with me. I don't run away from it. If you make a good point, I won't have an ego and say oh, fuck you, orange man bad or something like that. I'll actually sit there and talk to you and pick your brain. And if I learn something new, great. It only makes me smarter and stronger if I learn something new. It doesn't hurt me. It makes me stronger. And I find that a lot of my liberal friends, I can't do that with them. I've said to them, what has Joe done? Why do you like Joe? And
So yeah, let's see if it stays on this time. Jump on, cut on, and cut off like twice. You still let me cut the phone line back on. Let's see if it rings. If I can. I don't know if it gives me that ability. Not the most recent calls. Hold on, let me open up the main thing. Yeah, it's always something in the dim stream, dim. All right, here we go. Hola, ¿cómo está? Oh man, it's a little bit of weather outside. I had no idea that was going on, so that's unfortunate. But yes, yes, it's muy bien. Where were we? We were talking about the crime bill being the only thing that he had that you associate with him, and then I forgot where we were after that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I know someone who just registered to vote for the first time ever, and it's a woman, and she said to me she watched the vice presidential debate, which was a huge step because this person doesn't even know anything about politics. And she goes, "Who is that lady that was debating Mike Pence?" I was like, "Oh, it's Kamala Harris." She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "I don't like her." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She goes, She just came off as a real bitch." And I'm like, yeah, a lot of people are saying that. She goes, wasn't she some kind of like a lawyer or like a prosecutor or something? Like, yeah, she's something with Attorney General of California, something like that, something along those lines, prosecutor or something. She goes, you would think someone who has to sway a court or a judge would be better at talking to people. She goes, I just really, really got irked by her. And I was like, yeah, so there you go. That's, and I'm in New York. I'm supposed to be hearing everyone loves Biden, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's wild.
But
I haven't heard anybody. Again, that's the thing. Like you mentioned, kind of more along the party lines. It's not really anything specific that he does or anything specific about him that people really stand on. That's kind of concerning.
Well, here's the thing. Obama didn't even want to come out and campaign for this guy.
Correct.
Like Obama was kind of like, I'll wait till the last second to endorse you. You could play that off as like, I don't want to step on anyone else's toes. There's other people still in the primary race. Okay, fair enough. But even now, you wait until 2 weeks before the election to say I'm going to start coming out and touring with you, whatever the fuck, campaigning with you.
Yeah.
And then your first stop is Philadelphia. Why? Because Joe Biden is weak with black voters. But here's the problem. A lot of black people that used to like Obama kind of turned off by him because they felt that he didn't do the right things while he was in office for them. He gave everybody else something except for them. So I'm just like, you might want to tell Obama to go back to Martha's Vineyard because he might be more helpful he doesn't campaign with you.
Yeah, honestly. Oh, that guy again,
But, yeah, I don't know. And nobody I talked to about Joe Biden likes him specifically. It's either anti-Trumper or it has to do something with political talking points for Democrats. And I think that Trump got the job done yesterday. But honestly, I'm going to do a video on this later, but it was a debate of Joe Biden versus Joe Biden because Joe Biden knocked himself out. You know what everyone's been saying, just let Joe talk and he'll stick his foot in his mouth. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna end fracking. I'm gonna end the oil industry. You know, starts talking about like I don't want to give away my whole damn video, but okay, so like this is where I don't understand. This is why, like, I know it's in my opinion, it's just anti-Trumpers and not really they like Joe or Democrats because. You know, Joe kept looking at the camera saying, it's about the American people, and when you reach over, your loved one's not there anymore, and black people have to put their hands on the steering wheel when they get pulled over by the police, which is funny because I got the same talk. But anyway, my whole thing is I feel that Trump also missed a few opportunities to absolutely eviscerate Joe on his face, which is when Joe was saying like, oh, you know, the 94 crime bill happened, but, you know, the Republicans wouldn't give us funding for drug rehabilitation centers, so they ended up going to jail instead. And I'm like, but that bill happened how many years ago? And since then, there's been Democrat Senate majorities, Congress majorities, Democrat presidents. You could have done something within the few years after the 94 crime bill, but you didn't because you made your money, so you walked away. But more importantly, what I would have done if I was Trump, I would have been like, look, you don't get it. You keep talking to the American people because that's your political talking point. But if you were really connected to the people, you would understand that we're not making fun of Hunter Biden because he had a crack addiction. There's a lot of people in this country that had crack addictions or other substance abuse addictions. And the difference is that when Hunter Biden smoked crack, he got $183,000 a month for being on a board over in China because his daddy is Poppy Joe, big guy, and black people and white people and Asian people got caught with a little bit of crack because they had a genuine fucking substance abuse problem and they went to fucking jail. Or as you Democrats like to call it, in cages like we do to the illegal immigrants down at the border. That's what I would have done. Like, that's where you're missing the point. Is your boy Hunter was a crackhead, but he got millions of dollars, but our boys and girls, they got sent to jail for the same thing. And that's how I would have brought up the laptop. And I would say, wait, you talking about you care about the kids at the border that are in cages? Motherfucker, what did you do about fucking Hunter with those little underage girl pictures on his fucking laptop, which the text message shows that he told you about it? What did you do? Did you care about those kids? Tell us what you did. And then Hunter, Joe would have had to say that's not true, or I did something, which would admit that the laptop is true. So I just feel like Trump missed a lot of opportunities. It goes to show you how weak Joe is as a candidate when a weak debater like Trump, I shouldn't say a weak debater, but he is a blunt bully. He's not surgical with that bitch, like Denzel said like Lorenzo said in Training Day. He's not surgical with it. He's not a surgical debater. If Joe went against a strong debater, he would have got sliced and diced. Sliced and diced. You know, I would have sliced and diced the moderator too. Oh, well, there's a disproportionate amount of black people who live near oil plant factories and they suffer from the pollution. It's like, hold on, bitch. So there's a disproportionate amount of black people, but there's also white people and Asian people and Hispanic people and biracial people and all kinds of people that live in areas that have strong pollution, right? Well, yeah, so why is it a black issue? Why did you have to preface it as black people are suffering when there's all Americans are suffering from these fucking pollution plants? And second of all, your boy Joe wants to go to alternative energy. Let me ask you a question. Does that produce any waste? Where are you going to put those fucking plants? How much is it going to cost? Blah, blah. And I just would have tore the whole fucking thing apart. But Joe Biden is lucky that Trump is not a great debater, and Trump is great that Joe Biden is Joe Biden. He knocked himself out of the race. How are you going to tell Texas you're going to end the oil industry, but then also talk about how Texas is going to start to go blue? No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
Yeah, no, I don't know why it's got all the things. So the big cities, yeah, but it's unfortunate. But it is what it is.
You know? I'm going to end fracking. Okay, bye-bye, moderate Pennsylvania voters. Bye-bye. They ain't voting for you. You're going to end fracking in Pennsylvania? What? Like, this is how you know that it is just anti-Trumper sentiment. Look, you open up the lines, and Roman called in. He's talking about the polls. That's the same thing that Hillary Clinton was talking about in 2016, the polls. I think they said she had something like a 90-something% chance of winning all the way up to the night of the election from the New York Times.
Like 92%, I think, think it was something crazy.
Yeah.
Something like 8% chance.
Yeah. And national polls mean nothing, which is also, and I feel like I'm bashing liberals, but I am because it's the truth. National polls mean nothing. It is not a national race. It's an electoral college race. You have to win the key states: Pennsylvania, Florida, Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Those are the states that you have to win some combination of in order to get into the White House. So when MSNBC and CNN, even Fox News, when they start showing these polls, Joe Biden's up by 13 points in the national, it means nothing. Because what they do is they overpoll liberals in California instead of conservatives that are in Florida. And then it shows a 13% difference. So it goes to show you that you're probably weak if you have to lie so blatantly to get a certain narrative across.
I mean, it's very unfortunate that, again, like I said, I've always thought from the jump, even that Joe was just, again, like I said, kind of like a Trojan horse. Because there's really nothing to him. There's nothing, no marriage, no anything. He's been a politician forever, damn near 50 years.
Yeah.
And you got the crime bill. That's the only thing you're saying that's not a positive. So.
Yeah, and I think to show you how silly it is too, how silly the state of politics has gotten is, Joe's sitting there talking about you separated kids in cages, like that's supposed to make Trump seem like some barbaric animal. But and Trump was telling Joe like, oh, who built the cages? I would have just been like, look, you and Biden put people in cages too. Okay, great. You didn't separate the family. Let's just make pretend, Joe, that I agree with you. You didn't separate the family. So let me get this straight. Your argument is that I'm a bigger jerk than you being a jerk. So you kept them in cages like animals, but because I kept them in cages and separated them, I'm the jerk? No, we're both jerks. So is that your argument to the American people? Vote for the less of a jerk? Like I would have thrown it back in his face. Like that's what you want to argue with me? That I'm the bigger jerk? I think America already knows I'm the bigger jerk. That's why they elected me, because they're sick and tired of politicians like you bullshitting them. I would have thrown it in his face. I would have neutralized the whole talking point about illegal immigration and the cages. I'd have been like, let me ask you a question. When the black people got arrested and the white people and the Asian people got arrested because they had crack on them and they went to jail for 20 fucking years, were they in cages? Did they get separated from their kids? But now all of a sudden I'm the monster because I do it. Matter of fact, these are people committing federal offenses, and not only are you trying to help them not be punished for breaking a federal offense, which is immigration laws, you want them to have no fines, you want them to be free, you want them to just go into a sanctuary city and maybe come back for a court case, maybe not. But yet, after you realized that the 94 crime bill was a fuck-up, you did absolutely fucking nothing to get them out of jail. Fuck you. You know what I mean? And on top of that, you say, you know what's that? Let me give you free health insurance while you're at it. I don't understand how somebody can vote Democrat when your life has been adversely affected to everything he's saying. And, same thing for a Republican. If you believe if you believe that abortion should be allowed, and I don't see why you would vote for a Republican. But I just don't understand how so many people won't admit that. And I think it's because if they do, they have to understand that they're probably voting for the wrong person, the wrong party. It's like, I read a story the other day about how a guy just got out of jail after like 20-something years. I think it was in Alabama, Mississippi, because it was like his second or third offense, and he stole a pair of hedge clippers out of someone's garage and got in a fight. And I'm just like,
if I'm not mistaken.
He got granted clemency, and I'm just like, give me a break. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're worried about kids in case. First of all, it's 500 kids whose parents were DNA tested and it wasn't their parents. So reality is that they're better off separated because that's not their parents. So who knows what the hell they were doing with those kids? So those kids are obviously going to be in, have some form of guardianship, whether it be like, the COs there or whoever, social workers, whoever. They don't know where the parents are. Their parents are in probably some foreign country. And also Joe Biden's a fucking bigot because he was like, you just want to put people in cages, because the illegal immigrants come from south of the Rio Grande. Motherfucker,
most people that are illegal in this country aren't even of fucking Hispanic descent or from south of the fucking border. Like, most people don't even cross the fucking border for illegal immigration. They take a fucking plane flight here, they overstay their fucking visa, and they stay. So I would have called them out on that. Like, wait, you're telling me that I hate Mexicans and I call them racist? Motherfucker, you're the one that thinks everyone comes south of the border, you fucking idiot. You're supposed to be the party of diversity. You're supposed to be the party of understanding, but you think everyone who's in a cage is a fucking Mexican. You know what I mean? Like, I would have just fucking ripped them apart. I would have played the Democrat.
But do you think that he eased up? Because I think he eased up last night because I think he might have been viewed as over-aggressive in his first debate.
Who?
Trump. And it seems like I felt like he handled him a little bit softer this debate.
Do I think Trump handled it softer this debate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was much more normal, calm. He was, you know, he was less of a bully. I mean, I watched an interview that he did with Jason Whitlock, and Jason Whitlock's advice to Trump was, let Joe Biden talk. That was his advice. He goes, Joe Biden will think himself. Let Joe Biden talk. And other people I've heard over the election race say that same thing. And it worked. And that's why I said this was a debate of Joe Biden versus Joe Biden. And Joe Biden knocked Joe Biden out of the race.
That's unfortunate for Joe.
You know?
Yeah, it's very unfortunate for Joe. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I don't think I've
yeah. And then fucking Biden's really going to fucking argue with Trump about if minimum wage is going to hurt a fucking business. The guy's a fucking multi-billionaire, has over 500 businesses, thousands upon thousands of employees. I think he knows a little something about payroll expenses. You're going to tell the businessman what's going to happen if fucking minimum wage goes to $15 across the nation. Are you out of your mind? People are going to get fired. People are going to get hours cut. People are going to get benefits dropped. Give me a break. You're going to crush mom and pop businesses, and everyone's going to go to Amazon, which Democrats are supposed to be against because they hate big business and monopolies and the wealth income gap. So it's like, but your $15 minimum wage. Could you imagine, like, somebody in the fucking backwoods of Mississippi having to pay $15 an hour to their employees compared to someone in San Francisco having to pay their employees $15 an hour? It wouldn't work. It would destroy. You know, the states that don't have a similar economy to New York and California.
Shelley, you tell me, Shelley. You're a weirdo. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, it would be hard for small business. It would kill small business. I mean, there's nothing you can do. It would pay that much. You know, people like McDonald's workers and things like that do not deserve hate to upset anybody, but you don't deserve $15 for working at fucking McDonald's.
Yeah, but here's the thing. And then what they did, they started cutting hours. They started putting people more part-time, so that way they don't have to pay you benefits. I mean, so that's what this whole thing, you know, it's like, that's why I said it makes no sense when you look at it. You don't want the income disparity, you know, the wealth gap between the rich and the poor to be so big, but by making $15 an hour across the nation, it's going to force the small businesses from staying in business or hiring as many people. You're going to devastate the economy, and you're going to increase the wealth gap. Because trust me, what's going to happen is you're going to have more and more businesses have to pay even their basic employees as 1099 independent contractors. So like when Roman called in earlier and he said he likes the idea of taxing the rich. Here's the thing. Joe Biden's plan is going to add 12.4% payroll tax for people who make $400,000 a year or more. But what Joe Biden doesn't tell you is that most people who make that kind of money aren't W-2 employees. They're 1099 independent contractors. So what they do is because I'm a 1099 independent contractor because I'm self-employed, when you go to your accountant, they're going to deduct the employer half that you should have been paying against the half that you did pay. So you're not really paying 12.4%. You might pay an extra 2% at the end of the day. So this idea that he's going to tax the rich is ridiculous because they're just going to beat around the bush. And Joe Biden knows that. And more importantly, to pick on Joe Biden, how are you going to sit here and tell Trump the reason why you couldn't get anything passed when you and Obama were in office is because you had a Republican majority Senate? Well, first of all, the first 2 years, that's not true. You had a Republican Senate, and for more than 2 years, you had a Republican House. But more importantly, I would have said to this is where Trump is not surgical. I would have said to Joe Biden, okay, so you couldn't get it passed because you didn't have a Democrat majority Senate. Okay, so what are you going to do if you get elected now and you don't have a Democrat majority Senate? You're going to sit there and do nothing and tell the people, well, can't get anything done. I don't have the Republicans on my side. You got to get shit done. I would have thrown it in his face. Like, so what you're basically telling the people is if you get elected for 8 years, get elected and then reelected, so you're in there for 8 years, and you never have a Republican majority, you're never going to get a bill passed? That's what you're telling the people, right? Well, no. Well, then why didn't you get it passed with Obama then? I would have torn them apart. This just goes to show you, like, it's disgusting how pathetic our political fucking shit has gotten. It's fucking so easy a caveman can do it.
we've gone Geico in politics. But yeah.
Anyway, I want to. I'm sorry, we're going to say something because I want to get off the phone because I feel like I'm hogging up the 10-minute rule.
No, go ahead.
I just want to say, I'm sure there's a liberal right now that's raging and pounding the desk and wearing the buttons off their keyboard right now, typing in the chat room. Call in because, Roman called in. I didn't agree with 90% of what he said, but he called in and he, spoke his truth. Somebody else call in and talk, because I'm a hardcore conservative, and, that's not who we want to hear from today, but, I love hearing my own voice, so I called in. But if you're a liberal, call in. We would like to hear what Joe Biden, the individual, has done. Because I've spoken to 3 liberals, and I still don't know what the heck the guy's done.
Yeah. I mean, nothing. I've yet to see it. But maybe hopefully we'll find out. Hopefully someone will be bold enough to call in and share their views and let us know why Joe is the way to go.
When they go low, we go high.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Honcho. Thank you for taking my call. I hope you stay safe with the storm that's out there. And God bless everybody in the den. God bless everybody in the chat room. I'm going to be releasing my debate, a recap video, a little later this afternoon. It's going to be blockbuster. You don't want to miss it. You have no fracking clue what you're going to miss. So call. Oh yeah, wait till I open up the video. Wait till you see how I open the video up. Anyway, let me stop messing around here. All right, goodbye, Honcho.
All right, John. Appreciate you calling in, man.
Yep. Bye.
Oh man. I've been asked for more liberal people to call in, liberal-leaning people to call in, and where they at, girl? Where they at, girl? I don't see them. Shelley, why don't you call in? Why don't you share your thoughts? Are you a liberal long? I don't know. I think you're just a weirdo. Period. You have some odd views, but. Yeah, that's I agree, Delta. I think they're I don't know. It's just if you look at the jobs that generally are paying minimum wage, well, there's a reason. So I remember when they first started talking about raising. Excuse me. They were trying to talk about raising minimum wage. I was at McDonald's when motherfuckers were protesting McDonald's. I was working at a McDonald's. Motherfuckers were protesting, I think in New York somewhere, sometime they deserve $15. I was like, no, the fuck, nobody deserves $15 an hour for working at McDonald's. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can learn that whole thing in about 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes at most. It's not a hard process. There's nothing difficult going on in that place. You don't deserve $15 an hour for working there. It's a place, mainly teenagers, kids, or maybe somebody wants to, get a little extra supplemental income or whatever. But it's not. If you're planning on making McDonald's a career, not being in some form of management or upper management or ownership, it's probably not going to work out the way you're planning. So, I don't know, man. I don't think there's any, like, does anybody have anything? Like, I don't know. I mean, I'd hate to sit here just boring you guys, waiting and hoping that somebody calls in pro Joe. I guess not. Well, you guys cannot say I tried, right? As I said, I'm going to start giving people the opportunity. That's what people want. People want the opportunity. So when we have these conversations, and it started, back with the excuse me, the Blackfoot female conversation. What are you doing, Scott? What the hell is going on with you, man? Yeah, Scotty's under the desk. So that's the people we speak on will be the first to be able to defend themselves or speak about, whatever it may be. So if we're talking about, i.e., black women, we'll allow black women to have the floor. Today we're talking about Democrats, so I don't think there are many, if any, in the den. It's very unfortunate. What's the motherfucking deal we have calling into the den this afternoon?
It's me again.
Ah, Mr. John, what's on your mind, sir?
I just wanted to add something to my call that I forgot.
All right.
What I forgot was to make my prediction for election night.
Okay.
I believe that Trump is going to win, and I believe Trump is going to win with a final electorate college score of around 350 to 190 for Joe.
Okay. 350 to 1. That's actually a great idea.
Brought to you by your sponsor, the John from New York show.
Yeah, fucking political predictions and shit. Fucking, that's great. I'm sure there is like.
You could do the fucking Super Bowl box. You could pick the Super Bowl box, and if you, I'm telling you, honestly, I just made a money making scheme for you. Legal.
Yeah, that's it. Hold on. Yeah, we're gonna do the fucking. Let me see how we can make that work. I'm actually gonna write that down because everybody politics is big.
And I'm gonna call Florida for Trump, Pennsylvania for Trump, Illinois, Ohio for Trump, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota for Trump.
No, I said Florida, Michigan. What did you just say? You said Ohio?
I'm basically giving the only state I'm giving Biden on the east or mid coast is going to be West Virginia, and obviously like New York. I think New York will go close to going red, but I think New York will be within 10 points of going red, but it'll stay blue.
Okay.
So just for the record, if anyone,
Heidi disagrees with West Virginia.
What's that?
Heidi disagrees with West Virginia.
No, I think Biden's gonna win. No, I think Biden is gonna win West Virginia.
She says she doesn't think Biden's gonna win West Virginia.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, we'll see. Honestly, all I wanted to do is Trump get 270. 270 is as good as 538 to me, which is the best you can do, because 270 gets you in the door. But I think Biden's going to win. California, Washington State. Maybe New Mexico, New York. Massachusetts, things like that. But yeah, I think Trump's going to clean a house. Going to clean that. The early voter, not early voter. Well, the early voter turnout, although it's been big, and it's been more for Democrat, it's not at the same percentage rate as it has in the past for the 2016 election and prior. On top of that, especially in swing states like Florida and Michigan, and Pennsylvania, the amount of new voter registrations for Republicans over Democrat they dwarfed the Democrats. So it's like, then on top of that, and then when you do the internal polling, and then, it looks really bad for Democrats.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like a nerd with that. I break down the breakdown. So like, I'm going on record: 350 Trump, 190 Biden.
You say turn the maps into Instagram. What you think people are going to win? That's I'm gonna come up with something for that. That actually might be a pretty cool little deal. Because maybe we'll watch election night here in the den or something like that, or in the Discord. Maybe we do it live on the YouTube. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the legalities are with that. But
what's going to happen? It's going to be like, we're going to have to wait 3 weeks until we count all these ballots. Until then, enjoy killing each other in the streets.
Yeah. That's when the purge starts. Fucking.
Oh God. I hope not.
Oh man. You said live in Oregon, so all right, okay.
And I also want to make a couple of predictions. I believe that Trump will get between 11 and 13% of the black vote.
How much?
And I what's that?
How much of the black male vote total? Because that's the thing that everybody's been talking about.
Oh yes. And I like that Trump brought that up during the debate. He's like, young black men are not going to forget what you did. I was like, ooh. I think, of the black male vote, I'm going to say probably double that, 25%.
Okay.
I think of the black male vote, 25% of the black vote in total, I think he's going to get somewhere around 11 to 13. So we'll call it 12%.
Okay.
And I think the Hispanic vote will help Trump over the edge in Florida, and I believe the black vote will help Trump in Michigan. See, this is why Trump needs like somebody who actually understands like black history. Because like, if I would have went fucking through Michigan, I'd be like the Great Migration, fucking Cadillacs and fucking Chevy back in the day, like y'all like. Like you gotta like like yeah, I remember my grandpa telling me these stories. Like you got. We gonna get you plugged in, man. We gonna get you plugged in with the Trump campaign. Somehow we can get you on the team. What was the guy's name? He was only there for a little bit. You do a way better job than him. Scaramucci. Oh God. Oh my God.
That'd be much better than him. Yeah, okay.
We don't claim him anymore. We put him on waivers. We put him on the waivers.
Y'all took his card?
We took his card. I took his card a long time. You know, what a piece of shit, that guy. What a piece of shit. I don't even want to talk about him. Disgusting. But what do we got? So I got the Hispanic vote being key for Trump in Florida. I got the black vote being key for Trump in Michigan. I have 12% of the overall black vote, 25% of the black male vote. Biden 350, Trump 350, Biden around 190. Any other stats I could throw in there? That way, if you want to do a little gambling thing, you can make it interesting for other people. No, I just thought of something. Is it stereotypical that the Italian guy called in trying to set up a gambling ring?
Somebody pointed that out. I wasn't going to say nothing, but somebody pointed that. We all know who it was that pointed that out, of course.
Of course. The resident racist. We know who it was.
Yes, the biggest racist in the den. The only racist in the den, because everybody else in the den is all good people. You know, there's good folks on both sides of the den. You know, and,
it was somebody who did something. You know, some people did something in the den. I don't know. Anything else? Because right now I'm just listening to myself talk.
No, sir. I have nothing else, sir.
All right. It would be interesting if you can get the den to just, even if it's just friendly, get like their predictions for the, all the stats to see who comes the closest or whatever.
No, that's it. We're
gonna
maybe drop a little something and or do like a little video maybe dedicated to so that way people can kind of do their thing.
Yeah, and tell Shelley Long to call in. I saw her writing in the chat room, and she seemed to have a difference of opinion with a few things. Oh, she's called in before. When you were nice to her every time she called in. Tell her to call in.
She said some real stupid shit one time.
Oh yeah, that's the one when the girl who got killed for the weave hair, and she's like, "Why did he let?" Oh, she was victim blaming. Yeah, Shelley, that was bad. I remember that from like 6 months ago. Yeah, Shelley, maybe you shouldn't call in.
I like Shelley, but that was a doozy that afternoon. Yeah, it was a tough one.
Now, okay, let's do this. Do you think there will be enough young male black vote in Philadelphia to turn that district red?
Enough young black male vote in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Scotty, you'll leave me alone. Like I say, because I'm not the most, like I say, politically adept. I'd have to do a little bit more research to examine the numbers, so I don't know how much of an impact that they would have. But just me thinking of the city of Philly and young black males, I don't have high hopes. Scotty.
Yeah, but they remember what Joe Biden did in *94.
The Philly kids are all on Percocets right now. They don't. That's all they worry.
Oh wow.
They don't care about none of that shit.
Yeah, we gotta get Meek Mill out of there.
Yeah, get him stop popping perkies. Yeah, but maybe Joe. See, if Joe wants to win, because this is a pro Joe stream. So what Joe has to do is go work with Meek Mill and Jay-Z on their criminal justice reform, and then
yes,
that's how you combat the 1994 crime bill. Well, I'm working with Jay-Z and I'm working with Meek, not only on a remix to the 1994 crime bill, but something better. You know what I'm saying? Bam! Now the black.
This is the remix to the remix. Put R. Kelly on it.
You got P Diddy in the background dancing in the back. Take that. Take that.
And then Ice Cube, Crip walks across the screen. Yay!
Okay, Cube, man, that whole adventure he's been on.
Did you see that video with Vivica A. Fox and Angela?
Oh man, it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. We watched it actually as a group in the Discord, and it was terrible. It was painful to watch, but it proved everything that a lot of black men in the den try to tell. Even John's told y'all about some of this stuff, and he's not even black, so y'all should start listening more. But I think that proved almost everything that we say here in a almost daily basis when it comes to dealing with certain types of black women. It can be extremely difficult. Like, they came in that bitch with preconceived notions. The only one who actually had a little bit of sense was Lisa Ray. And then the rest of them they were completely fucking out of there. Fucking Vivica was the worst. She was hands down the worst. Just, I don't even know why she was there.
Who was the one on the top right-hand side of the screen? I think she was wearing a red shirt.
Selena Johnson. She
was doing a lot of hand clapping and getting loud. I'm just like, please, it's such a bad look. Stop.
Yeah, she was a singer. She was I think did she sing on All Falls Down? Or she sung on somebody's song. She sung on somebody's hook. She used to sing a lot of hooks back in the day. But I think she was
All Falls Down. Isn't that the hook on one of Kanye's songs?
Yeah. She was she was a known backup singer. She had a bunch of she could sing, but when you hear, I guess sometimes certain people sing and then when they talk, it's a different thing. That bitch ghetto as shit. That's one of the most ghetto bitches I've ever seen in my life. She just came out talking real crazy, like bitch talk like me. She shouldn't be talking like that. Fucking see, what we ain't gonna fucking do is cancel fucking Ice Cube. Goddamn motherfuckers, I tell you that shit. You know, that's what the fuck we not. Bitch, what? What are you talking about? You just trying to cancel the man, goddamn. Y'all was trying to cancel him in his damn safe. You said you wasn't gonna do it, then you tried to do it. Like, it was a crazy, crazy situation.
Yeah, and then they said that they need their own economic plan.
Oh my God, that was probably the worst part. And he's like, "Are you not black people?" And that's what we say when we're there. That's why there's going to be a divide amongst black people. It's going to be a hard situation because black women want separate and not equal treatment. Like, they want some other shit. Like, I thought this was a unit. This situation looks familiar. It has faces of feminism written all over it. So, it is what it is. They want their own specific agenda, I guess. Then when he said, like, hey, well, why don't you guys write it? I'll definitely... No, we want you to write it. You took the job. Like, what? I've never wanted to punch a screen, like, ever. Like, I've been frustrated with video games and coding things, doing websites, like, just different shit. That, like, forgetting to save shit, just putting a whole bunch of work away, losing hours of work, like, different shit. I've just been frustrated, like, real annoyed, take a walk. Like, after that statement, I wanted to break one of these monitors. Like, I wanted to put like this because I can't really hit the bits. Like, why are you saying these ignorant things? But it was terrible. It was real bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I felt bad for Ice Cube. I don't even like the guy. I felt bad for him. I was like, I wanted to save him. I'm like, Jesus.
He's a better man than me. Like,
you can see it in his face. Yeah, you can see he just wanted to curse them out at one point. He was like, you motherfucker. You can see in his face.
He just fucking I figured me. I'd exit out of the Zoom call. I'd just been like, fuck it. I can't do it.
I think you have somebody to call in. The Dirty South Scout was saying that Trump should be the president for all of America, not half of America. That's the bigger issue. I agree, Dirty South Scout. Give old Honcho here a call and speak the good word.
Yes, and Scotty will be here. Look at Scotty looking up at the Honorable Joe Biden. God damn it, Scotty! Why'd you turn your head as soon as I said it? You're a piece of shit. You gotta be with the program, Scotty. Come on, you gotta be. There you go. Look at him, Scotty. Scotty loves Joe Biden. Look at that. But yeah, Mr. Are you rolling with Mr. Biden? If you're a Biden supporter, I would definitely like for you to call in. I'm trying to get a Biden supporter call in and tell us why they like Biden.
Honcho's doing his own polling.
I'm polling. I can't trust Roman's polls. I don't know where his sources are, so I got to do my own polls around here. You know?
The Honcho Institute, based out of Houston, Texas.
Yeah, Roman over there. You know, he polled his classmates in the Zoom classes and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's where his poll's coming from. I got to do my own thing. So.
Oh man, it's almost like 2016 all over again. Call in, Dirty South Scout. Call in. Honcho's a nice guy.
Yes. All right.
Anyway, Honcho, I don't want to vote for you. Anyway, Honcho, I'm going to let you go. I've been destroying this phone line long enough.
Oh, well, no liberals have called in, no Democrats have called in, so it's all Gucci.
Yeah. Don't forget to check out the John from New York show. New videos every week, sometimes. Have a good night. Have a good day, everybody.
All right, John. I appreciate you calling, man.
All right, bye.
All right. Scotty, you got a blue collar on. Why don't you talk to the people? Why don't you tell us what's going on here? You got nothing for him? All right. He's a dirty dog. I need to wash him and cut him today. I don't want to cut him, honestly. I need to stop being cheap and just take him to a real groomer so he can look like a real dog instead of like half a dog for a day or so. But, I didn't realize we already had after 3. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to probably end up sliding into the Discord. You say Discord, fuck you too. Probably end up sliding into the Discord. We'll kick it in the Discord for a little bit. And Scotty will be in the Discord. I'm going to give him his own Discord name. My IG, god damn it, I don't want to check my IG. I gotta go through like the fucking web-based shit because I don't have it on my phone. You make me do stuff. But you did it. You got it. Okay, bet. I got you. But yeah, we're gonna slide into the Discord, man. We'll keep chopping it up. We're gonna talk about whatever's on your mind. You know, it's a free range Friday. It's a lot of shit going on. I do want to kind of deep dive into the Ice Cube thing a little bit more and go from there. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys, each and every one of you, and I thank you for coming through this afternoon. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Like I said, I didn't realize the weather was doing what it was. Scotty, you're gonna get out of here, right? So again, I'm your host, Ed Honcho. It has been my honor. It has been my privilege, but more than anything, it has been my pleasure to introduce you to the real Joe Biden. Nobody knows. Super funny, right? Because I told you my list. I had nothing on my list, and I don't think anybody really. I mean, I say that. Roman called and said why. He said, the traditional clean cut does the job, and I guess you have those people who are kind of more, centered that way, or maybe because traditionally the president has been that way more so. But I think it's time for a change. People need to know that. People need to know that, let me see, how about this? Let's see if this changes. Does this sound any different? I wonder if that helps it, because it changes, but from, what is it, bilateral, unilateral, something like that. Anyway, Scotty will be there. I'll be there. Discord link. I'll put it in here right now. Just for those of you who are not there. And we're going to keep talking about how racist New York John is, and until he shows up. Says less bass. Hollow and distant. All right. How about this? Is this better? Scotty, talking to the mic. Let the people hear you, Scotty. Let them know. Why are you moving the fucking mouse, Scotty? What's wrong with you? You're supposed to be a image, not a. You're not supposed to really do stuff. You're just supposed to be there and sit there. And again, shout out to Cultured for the new look of the design in the Discord. So let me put this right here. Bada bang, bada boom, betty boop. All right. Instead of the seminar mode, I don't know. It has different little crazy. It's got like 4 different settings, and they all sound different for different things. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. All right, and here's the Discord link. Again, like I said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I thank y'all for being here. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. I'll be in the voice chat talking about something crazy. Maybe not too crazy. Who knows? But again, chunk up the deuce. Make sure you're following all the proper social medias. Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. Den Show Live on Facebook. All the links are in the description that you need. Yes, Bad and Bougie, you are late again, and you need to hit me in the Discord. Slide into the Discord, Bad and Bougie, because I need to talk to you right now. No, the Den Discord is completely free, Heidi. The Sauce Discord is a little different. So, Scotty has decided to plant himself on the desk. Good job, Scotty. I'm so proud of you. You fucking asshole. All right, let me get out of here so this damn. About a half an hour, good Lord. You know what that means. You know, black folks time, that means in 3 days. All right, let's slide. I appreciate y'all for being here. Y'all be cool. And I don't think I got an outro on this. I got to figure out where I moved the thing. I'm just going to end it. All right, go. All right, Joe Biden, Blue Wall, 2020, Biden, Harris, Kamala. Kamala don't even wear Timberland. That bitch was wearing some lugs. I need a better quality picture. That bitch was talking about she had the Birdman lugs on. That bitch wasn't wearing no fucking Timbs. Of a goofy bitch.